timing. I'm going to add one more. You're going to get all 7 of the top objections. One of them is outside input, because in the wedding industry, you hear this a lot. I need to run this by my fiance. Isn't that fun? Just talk to you for 3 hours, and I gotta go run 3 hours with a conversation with your fiance. So how do I handle this? Awesome! I'm so excited to meet your fiance. Let's set up an appointment right now. Let's get your fiance in here. And I'll be happy to go over things. Of course, it'll be briefer than today, but we'll go over any questions he might have, you, me, and him, and then we can iron everything all out at the same time. Can I schedule you for Monday? Okay, because if we say, okay, go ahead, which most of us do, I know we do, because I did it, I know my friends did it, it's another lead out the door. So, anybody have any other objections they would like covered other than distance?
Well, sometimes they're using now a lot, oh, this venue is giving me this price. Can you match it? For me, like I told my last client, ultimately you're going to do it wherever you like it. And this is my bottom line. And I told him flat out. Because when the bride is purchasing, she's going to buy what she likes. Sometimes the price is important, but what she likes is more important. And they give priorities to things that are not priorities. So I drew the line. I took a risk, but I drew the line.
The truth is, somebody said to me yesterday, well, I don't want to lose a sale. So you're willing to lowball yourself to lose a sale, but here's the thing, you guys. And the same person also said to me, well, well, not everyone's going to buy from you, you know. No, I want everyone to be my customer. I'm like, no, you don't. You want the right customers that respect what you're doing and appreciate it so they can give you those referrals. But I said to him, I said, you know, the truth is that because if we streamline our sales techniques and do what we're supposed to do, it's emotional for us as well. It's emotional to pick up that phone. Why don't we do it? Because somebody's telling us no to our face versus an email. And then now we get scared of the no over the email. But the truth is, if we could just emotionally let go of that customer and say, here was the deal. You follow up with them anyway. Okay, that doesn't exclude you from following up with them. But if we can get that no or yes from them, then we can emotionally let go of them. And we should technically have so many prospects that the no's don't matter. Let's move on to the next one. You don't want to work with me? It's fine. I got 20 more brides waiting at the door. And that's what we should all be feeling. Yeah, but it's hard to be told no. But anyway, it is time to also change our perspective on objections. And I think that's where most of us get intimidated with the sales process. But here's the thing with objections. Objections are just questions that need to be answered. If your customer is bringing objections up while you're trying to make that sale, it's because they want you to respond to that. Or they wouldn't be bringing it up. If they thought your place was a dump, believe me, they're not going to ask you. They're going to walk out the door. So if they're bringing something up, they want you to respond. So that takes away a little bit of the intimidation factor when we can say, I can answer that question. You're too far? How far are you? 10 miles. We just hired a delivery person who's going to bring the products right to you. I didn't hire a delivery person. But I might just pay for that if it gets me that job. It's an added value for that one, right? But, I do special things all the time to get a job, because I'll make more money than I would if I lost it, right? All right, the last one is transition. It's important to listen to your customer. It's important to respond to your customer, especially when they're expressing concern. But overall, it's very important to transition the conversation back to where you want it to be in the conversation. Because he who controls the conversation controls the sale. So in the example I gave earlier with the skincare, I listened to my customer's wish list. I responded. I didn't necessarily agree with what she wanted, but she didn't have all the information. That's why she's coming to a professional. I gave her my recommendations. That was my response. I acknowledged by saying, I I don't think I said, but I told her, I said, you know, there's nothing worse than stepping out of your house when you're not feeling confident that day. And that's when I recommended the targeted product for her. But then I transitioned her back into the conversation by saying, okay, so I think this is going to be a much better choice for you. And she said, yeah. I said, okay, so can I add this to your sales line? Let me tell you what happened that day. One of our stats, a nurtured lead, 47% higher. She came in with the intention of buying that line. The line was $58. Since I answered her, she asked me another question, and she liked my answer. Oh, great. Do you want me to add that to your sales order as well? Okay. So sometimes there's going to be more than one objection, more than one question, and you're going to have to transition them back a few times. But by doing so, I just want you to know that that day, I went from a $58 sale to over $300 sales with that one person. So keep that in mind. So now I'm going to ask you guys a question. You don't have to answer it. Did you buy it? Did you buy your product? So I'm going to give you guys another chance at this. I'm going to give you another minute. And you can have the same person be the few notes. What you did right, what you could do better, things like that. Because one thing about human beings, we are creatures of pattern. My husband always says, practice doesn't make perfect, it makes permanent. So, let's see how well you do. I have full confidence in you guys. I'm going to give you another minute. Are you guys ready? Ready?
I was in college.
I like it.
And your minute starts
Because you're teaching third graders to write.
now.
No, not all.
Yes, sir. Me too.
Or not.
All right. Raise your hand if you had a different outcome than you did the first time.
Yeah. We sure know how to get tickets.
Do you know why it was different? What did you do different?
I changed. I listened to her.
You listened to her.
Ask me questions first.
And he asked questions. There's two.
Wait, what if it's mine?
Here, that's
Another one.
Let me that account for you, just give them all to me. So there's no conflict.
One of my favorite quotes is, if you want something you've never had, you must do something you've never done. So, we did something a little different today, hopefully. Like I said, I could talk here for 4 hours about this subject, and I would need it to really get all the information across. All I wanted to do today was get your wheels turning a little bit, because I don't want to focus on the sale, and the sale includes the closing. I want to focus on selling yourself, on the art, on the psychology behind it, because I guarantee you that if you do that, you will have more closes. I can't tell you what your close is. I'm not sure. You know, everybody's going to have a different topic, a different. You might have this. You might have 12 different clients in front of you and have 12 different closes, like just by a tad. Because my point, what I want to impress you is that it doesn't matter. What matters is that you sold yourself, right? They will close it for you. How did I transition back? Would you like me to add this to your order? Yes? Wonderful. What's the second part of that closing? I never just let a client walk away. I follow up with them whether they bought from me or they didn't, because they can buy from me again. So, but I'll be happy to talk about any topic anymore. I don't know how much time I have. Do I have any more time left? Maybe?
Keep going, at least 5 more minutes because they're setting up outside.
Wonderful. Anybody have any questions?
Legally.